Hello everyone and welcome back to Timberborn. This is episode 2, playing through hard mode. In the last episode we set up this first part of the colony. You can see we have some of the basics set up. We have a bunch of trees planted, bunch of food ready, and we have some water pumping. We are just now at the end of the drought. We have 0.2 days left and we made it through with about 130 water. And now that the drought is just about over, we can turn on some of these water pumpers, start the water pumping process a little early. And we also have some water storage over here. We're making some new water storage as well. And you guys gave me some helpful tips in the comments. If you hold tab, you can easily select what you want it to be stored as. So thank you to you guys for leaving those comments. I did not know that you could do that. But one of the first things we're going to be focusing on in this episode is getting more wood, because as you can see, we only have 4 wood right now. And so we are starting to make another forester over here. I am primarily planting birch because that's going to grow up really quickly and we need some wood right now. And then we have some pine planted over here as well. And you can see the drought has ended. We have begun cycle 3, and the next event that happens is going to be another drought, but I believe that's the last one that is guaranteed to be a drought. Afterwards it could be a bad tide, and we are not ready for that. The beavers are working on getting this other forester constructed, and then we'll have to rearrange some jobs. Probably just reduce the amount of builders maybe? No, we should definitely just pause one of these inventor sets. We don't really need science going on during the wet season. Soon we will also be building another farmhouse because we are running a little bit low on food, but we do have some reserves with the berries, and so that's going to be able to hold us over until we get the farmhouse going. And I think the next primary objective is getting another water pump set up. We do have a decent amount, although we need to have more capacity to pump some. And then probably also getting some more storage set up as well. So we'll use the new tab feature, or I guess not new to me. The new to me tab feature to assign water. We also just selected this guy to be planting birch first, that way we can get as much wood as quickly as we can. So my plan is that we are going to be installing some of these floodgates. We'll be using the double floodgates, and we'll be placing those all along here. And then we'll need to install some levees over here as well, because I'm not sure if we can fit this amount of water through this space, since you can see the channel width is closer to 8 or 9 tiles over here. But here there's only 3 objects, which means it is way thinner. So I'm guessing it's going to back up a little bit and probably go over the top here, so having the levees will ensure that we don't flood everything over here with bad water. And we can also have this be demolished. We'll go ahead and pause these 2 for now. We have enough planks. We don't really need that for much. We do need to make these stairs, but that takes logs, and then everything else we're trying to build only takes logs. We're going to get to see the water go through here and irrigate everything over in this area, and then we will be putting a floodgate over here just so we can keep some of the water in this area during a drought. Oh, we still have it left on 20-hour work days. That's a little bit longer than we need. You can see with the 5 water pumpers we are actually almost maxed out on water, which is exactly why we need to make a lot more of these water storages. One of the next steps we will want to focus on is getting a gear workshop, because that will be used in order to unlock the medium water tank, and that's going to take up a way smaller footprint for a way larger amount of water. But that is going to be a summer job, not something we're worrying about right now. Another quick reminder that we have our 1,000 subscriber special coming up. It is going to be a Q&A about Timberborn, this channel, and myself. So if you have any questions, go ahead and leave them down in the comments below. And if you haven't already, go ahead and leave a like and be sure to subscribe. And if you really want to support the channel, consider becoming a channel member. And it is officially nighttime, and I just realized that we actually don't have any campfires for the beavers, although we're pretty short on wood, so we won't be able to justify building that right now. And day 4 has rolled around and we are not entering a drought, which is excellent news. Just a little bit more time to keep pumping up some water, although I don't know if we actually really need 5 water pumpers right now. We'll throw another beaver into the lumberjack flag for now. Oh, we have a poor beaver sleeping outside. Oh man, we probably have a few more somewhere else. Oh no, they're sleeping in the fields. Are these both babies? Aw, don't worry babies, we'll make you a house soon. And at the beginning of day 6, it looks like we have a drought approaching. We're doing pretty good on water. We're making good progress, getting kind of close to finishing all the water storage. But we have some trees growing up, which is excellent news, and we have these 2 lumberjacks who are working away over here. And pretty soon we'll need to focus on getting food because we are down to only 50 berries. We only have 10 kohlrabi. We have a couple more workers over here in these lumberjack flags because we have a lot of trees and it's taking a little while for them to cut them down. We're also going to get a fermenter set up, but this will be a little bit lower on the priority list. We'll start working on this after we get all the water infrastructure set in. We have just half a day left until the drought begins, and we are nearly finished with all the water storage. Just a couple more and then we'll be good. We're still a little bit short on wood, even with these 4 lumberjacks cutting down these trees as quick as they can. We're going to make this last day a long one, 22 hours. Just try and get as much water as we can before the drought starts. And the drought has officially started, although it's only 6 days long, so it's not too bad. We have 700 water, but we only have 57 food, which is not great. So highest priority right now is getting this other farmhouse set up. We are still short on wood, but we're doing what we can. We have a bunch of trees that are growing up and the beavers are starting to chop them down. And all the trees are planted over here for now, so we went ahead and paused this forester. And now, hopefully, finally, we'll be able to actually accumulate some food. We did finish building the kohlrabi storage, and it looks like the beavers are working on the fermenter now. So we're going to go ahead and unlock the levee for 120 science, and then also the double floodgate for 250 science. We're going to start with this as the diverter section for the bad water, and there's a few beavers who were just coming over here. I have no idea what they were doing because they are really working on this fermenter and then also this house, so I don't think they'd be bringing materials. Oh, I know they were though because there's no more planks, so they dropped planks off at this one. We are starting to have some of these trees grow up, and we also have some unemployed beavers. We can always go ahead and toss them in lumberjack flags. And we are going to actually need a lot of planks over here. And we actually don't have that long to make them. Even though we don't have a whole lot of wood, I'm going to turn this guy and this guy on. These droughts were a little bit shorter than I was anticipating. So I was hoping to get everything done for all of this by the end of the 4th wet season, right before the 4th drought or bad tide would occur. But if that's only these 3 days plus the 6 or 7 days that we have during the wet season, that's not a whole lot of time for them to harvest the wood and build everything, plus make a bunch of planks over here. It is the final day of the drought, and you can see that we actually have a little bit of wood, up to 30 and 22 planks, not too shabby. They are starting to build some of the levees over here, and they are working on some of the floodgates as well. Oh, it looks like we have an injured beaver. We do have enough science to unlock the medical bed. This should be a pretty quick build, so we'll have them construct this. And the drought is over. We are beginning another new cycle. Now, looking at how far we are in, it took us about 4 or 5 days to make just these few things, and we still have a ways more to go. I don't know if these beavers alone will be able to make it all. So we'll put a builder's hut in right here, and then we're going to bump that up to the highest priority. And with all these guys sitting on their butts, I think we can afford to pause a couple lumberjack flags. So we have doubled the amount of beavers that we have working in the builders' huts, which means we shouldn't have a problem going through the resources that we have available. And it is the beginning of day 3, and we do have a bad tide approaching. Not good news. We still have quite a bit more that we need to construct, but with the extra builder's hut, maybe we'll be able to finish it in time. It is all hands on deck. We have completely paused this side. We have all 5 lumberjack flags over here working to cut all these trees down. We only have 20 logs and 2 planks. We do have both builders in here trying to feed the fire and build as many planks as we can. But we still need to build all this plus 1 more of these double floodgates. We might have to put 1 in here before we can build these 2. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, actually, we will need to remove this, and then we will eventually need to put floodgates over here so that the water doesn't get diverted too much from this direction. But really we need to demolish these 3 things first. So we're going to have them break the dam, and hopefully the water will push it that way pretty quickly. Okay, that's good to see. Bad water's not backing up at all. And you can see the water is really flowing through here, and we haven't even really started diverting the water in that direction at all. I think we're just going to completely pause these for now, and then we'll worry about getting over here and building across after the bad tide is through. We do have the last double floodgate set to be constructed, and it is now the highest priority. This is definitely going to be pretty close tomorrow. Some of these poor beavers are basically working throughout the night. They are thirsty, hungry, tired, and the sun is just about to rise. Yeah, everyone's overworked, but we can't really do anything about that right now. We have enough planks so we can pause these guys, and we can unpause some of these guys. We are definitely going to be bumping this up to 24 hours tonight, unless they can somehow construct all this before then. I know that these trees over here are going to probably end up dead because of the bad water going over in this area. And then in terms of water, we are doing pretty dang good, just about completely full. We can divert one of those inventors into the water pump, just get a little bit more. And then we have these last 4 blocks that are getting constructed. Oh my gosh, it is so close. Everyone is just so thirsty and hungry. Oh jeez, this is not looking good. We're gonna have to raise this up, but I'm afraid it's gonna back up over in this direction. Oh man, so the bad tide has started. It's flowing. Oh, it's flowing. It hasn't backed up over here yet, which is good, but I don't know if that's gonna last forever. Oh, it is getting red over here. We just have a few more pieces of wood, and I am surprised the beavers are powering through this well. Looks like they did finish it just barely after the nick of time, although it doesn't look like it was completely necessary. But we can turn the working hours down to, we'll do it down to 16 for tonight. They do have a bunch of wood ready, but oh man, everyone's so thirsty. You know, we'll let them have an easy day today. They'll only work 10 hours. And then we'll start setting up a campfire, which they have been waiting so patiently for. Rise and shine, beavers. It is a new day. And they did such a fantastic job. They got everything constructed just in time. We can go ahead and assign this to fermented cassavas and then also turn this on. Might as well get at least one beaver working in here, getting some planks stored up. And we can start turning some of these jobs back on. We don't need we don't need 5 lumberjacks over here anymore. And we are out of food because I reduced the amount of workers in here. We can finally go ahead and get a gear workshop unlocked. Oh, and the beavers are enjoying their well-earned campfires. We have a nice little shrub over here to help boost their spirits. We should also get a lantern placed here as well. And we have a wicked amount of trees. We do have some unemployed beavers. Start shoving them in here, although I want to make some more inventor sets first. They can easily prioritize those. Now we are still running pretty low on food. I think we should expand our farm a little bit. Although it would be nice to have some of this area maybe over here able to be planted, which means that we need to unlock a water dump. But we're just a little bit a ways from getting that unlocked. Oh, you can see that we actually ran out of water over in this area. But there's no way we're going to be opening this up anytime soon. Gotta wait for that bad tide to roll through. And we do have enough for the fluid dump now, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else we should unlock first. Really, it looks like food is our biggest concern, so expanding the planting area, it seems like a logical next step. And with only 1 day left of the bad tide, that is where we're going to wrap up today's episode. It was a little bit intense right before the bad tide started. I was not sure we were going to be able to make it. But we did end up surviving, so we are in a good spot now. We have enough water for the rest of the drought, and food is looking okay, mainly thanks to berries. But we will be fixing the food problem in the next episode with getting this fluid dump in and expanding the plantable area. And we're also looking really good on wood. So if you enjoyed today's episode, go ahead and smash that like button. I really do appreciate it. And I loved seeing all you guys comment on the last episode. There were some very helpful tips and also just some good support. And with that, we will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.